Dealerships can charge $2, sometimes even $300 just to program a new key fob. But here's the secret: many cars let you do it yourself, right at home, for free. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 of the most common situations: programming when you've got 2 fobs, when you only have a single new fob, and how to deal with push-to-start smart keys. Stick around until the end. I'll also share troubleshooting tips to save you headaches if the first try doesn't work. Let's jump in. Before we start, quick heads up. Not every car allows DIY programming. Some require a dealer tool, a security pin, or an advanced scan tool to sync the immobilizer. What I'm showing you today are the methods that work for the majority of vehicles that do allow owner programming. If your car doesn't respond, don't panic, it just means your model falls into the dealer-only category. Always double-check your owner's manual or your specific year and model online. Alright, let's prep. Here's all you need. First, the new replacement fob or fobs you want to program. Second, your existing working key or fob, if you still have one. A lot of cars require at least one already programmed key to add another. Third, make sure your car battery is fully charged. Programming often requires multiple ignition cycles, and a weak battery can stop the process midway. And finally, a quiet spot with the doors closed so nothing interrupts the programming sequence. That's it, no fancy tools, no laptops, no dealer scanner. Just the fobs, the key, and your car. So, how does programming actually work? Let me break it down simply. Every key fob has a tiny transmitter inside that sends out a unique identification code. Your car has a small onboard computer, usually called the body control module, or BCM, that listens for those codes. When you press a button, the BCM checks, is this a code I recognize? If yes, it unlocks the doors or starts the engine. If not, it ignores it. When you buy a new fob, it's a blank slate, it has no relationship with your car. Programming mode is basically telling the BCM, okay, open the door, I'm about to introduce you to a new code. Once you press the fob button, the BCM records that ID into its memory. Here's the catch: most systems only store a small number of fobs, usually 2 to 4. So when you enter programming mode, the car sometimes wipes out the old list and replaces it with whatever you add in that session. That's why it's important to program all the fobs you want active at the same time. Otherwise, your older fob might stop working. Let's start with double fob programming. This is for when you bought 2 fobs together, or you're replacing both at once. Step 1, sit in the driver's seat with both fobs ready. Keep the doors closed, and only the driver's door unlocked if your manual says so. Step 2, insert your key into the ignition. Turn it to on, but don't start the engine. Then back to off. Repeat this on-off cycle about 4 or 5 times, ending in on. In most cars, the locks will cycle, or the security light will flash. That's your confirmation that programming mode is active. Step 3, grab the first fob and press the lock button for 1 or 2 seconds. Wait, you should see the lock cycle again, confirming that the car recognized the first fob. Now quickly grab the second fob and press the lock button as well. The car should confirm again with the locks. Step 4, when both are registered, turn the ignition OFF, pull out the key, and step outside. Test both fobs, lock, unlock, maybe even trunk release if your fob has it. If only one fob works, repeat the steps. Timing matters, most cars give you only 10 to 20 seconds between button presses. If you miss the window, one fob might not register. Now let's move to single fob programming. This is for when you only have one new replacement. Step 1, if you still have a working fob, keep it with you. Many cars won't even enter programming mode unless they sense an existing valid fob nearby. Step 2, with all doors closed, insert your key into the ignition. Cycle from off to on 3 to 5 times, ending in on. Some vehicles require a slower pace, others faster, but in most cases, you'll see the lock cycle or the dash security light blink to show you're in programming mode. Step 3, press the lock button on your new fob and hold it until you see or hear confirmation. Depending on the brand, You may need to press lock and unlock together, or press lock followed by unlock within a few seconds. The owner's manual will spell out which sequence applies to your car. Step 4. Turn the key back to OFF and remove it. Step out and test the new fob. Now, one warning: in some vehicles, when you program a new single fob, the system deletes all the previous ones. That means your old fob may stop working. So, if you want multiple fobs active, it's best to program them all during the same session. Alright, time for push-to-start smart keys, the ones that don't use a traditional ignition key. Step 1. Make sure all doors are closed, and have both your old smart key and the new one nearby. Step 2. Press the brake pedal and tap the start button once to turn on the electronics, but don't start the engine. Then press it again to turn everything off. Repeat this cycle 2 or 3 times. Many cars will chime, flash the security light, or display a message indicating you're in programming mode. Step 3. Take the new smart key and hold it close to the start button, or place it on the sensor spot in the car, usually near the center console or marked in the manual. Now press the lock button or follow the screen prompt if your dash shows one. If accepted, the car will confirm with a chime, light, or lock cycle. Step 4. Test both the old and the new smart key. Make sure the car starts with each, and that keyless entry works as expected. Here's the catch with push-to-start systems: many of them use encrypted immobilizer chips tied to the VIN. If your car doesn't respond at all, or asks for a PIN code you don't have, then unfortunately it requires dealer-level programming. There's no way around that legally. If your fob won't program, don't worry, here are the most common fixes. First, check the fob battery. Even a brand new remote can ship with a weak or dead coin battery. Swap it out with a fresh one, they cost just a couple of dollars. Second, check your car's battery. Programming relies on strong voltage. If your battery is low, the car might never enter programming mode. Third, timing. Every manufacturer has its own rhythm. Some want ignition cycles done quickly, others slower. If you didn't get confirmation, repeat the process and vary your pace. Fourth, compatibility. Make sure your replacement fob matches your exact year, make, and model. Some cheap aftermarket fobs only work as clones and won't program at all. And finally, if the car asks for a PIN code or never responds at all, that means it's dealer-only programming. At that point, save yourself the frustration and get help. And there you have it, programming at home for double fobs, single fobs, and push-to-start smart keys. You don't always need the dealer. In many cases, you can do it yourself in just a few minutes. If this guide saved you money, hit that like button, subscribe for more DIY car fixes, and drop your car's make and year in the comments. I'll pin some model-specific programming notes to help you out. Thanks for watching, and drive safe.